Some journeys begin with doubt.
Electric चली जाएगी.
And some begin where the world believes they should end.
It is the first time that an electric vehicle had been brought this far.
Never would have imagined traveling such a distance.
But this isn't where the story starts.
I just came with a very open mind because I didn't know what to expect. I'm not a very urban driver. Now the expectation has built up. I want to see how this car performs as we go higher up in the mountains.
I'm really excited to be here. Two big expectations. One is to see the mystical, magical Mount Kailash and going there with this beautiful car.
So looking forward to good, nice experiences. Get to see the local sceneries. There is a Mount Kailash, which probably will, if you're lucky, we might get a sight of.
The Mahindra EV is such a head turner. Got a beautiful suspension. It's amazing power. It has far exceeded my expectations. Usually when you buy an EV, you have range anxiety, but this one has, 500-600 kilometers range.
Thankfully, the Mahindra cars, the BE6 or the XCV9 that we are driving today, both offering a very good range.
Place like Bareilly, which was like so chaotic. But once I started driving this EV, it was so super smooth.
So far I'm really enjoying the ride. It convinces you pretty quickly that this is where you need to be. One of the main things I like about this car is the Harman Kardon system. I'm one of those people who likes music when I'm driving, and this sound system blows you away. Waiting to see how the performance of the car in the inclines as well in the rough roads.
Experience of driving a car in terrain, and that to an electric, I think it's a interesting experience. So far the drive from Bareilly till this place has been good, nice highways, and the car has offered very plush ride.
Waiting to see how the performance of the car is in the inclines as well in the rough road.
If we actually come across some situation where the road sections are really broken, I would really like to see how the suspension behaves. Today on our journey from Binbasa to Pithoragarh, we got our first taste of hill climbs. And initially when we started climbing the hills, the charge started depleting fast, and I was a little worried whether it will be able to reach the destination well or not.
But at the same time, when we were coming downhill, it was regenerating. So that is one of the good points.
Going forward from here, we are expecting higher hills, steeper climbs, maybe tougher terrains also.
From Dharchula to Gunji. And mind you, it was not a road. It was like just a bumpy road full of rocks and stones, and it was all the cars were going so slow.
I was speaking to the army driver who was with us, and he was ahead of the car and behind the car, and he has more confidence. बोला साहब चढ़ जाएगी, ये तो problem ही नहीं है. There were doubts in my mind whether we would make it at times, but I'm glad we did it.
We did encounter quite many landslide roads where we had to stop for some time, and there was slash and all, but the car managed. They managed beautifully. जैसे ही we reached Adi Kailash, the peak was majestic. And उसके सामने ही नीचे there was a small temple. वहाँ पे एक त्रिशूल भी थी. It was too good. The vibration, the positive energy all around. In true sense, Har Har Mahadev. Watching the mighty, the spiritual peak is too good. Thanks to Mahindra for providing all these vehicles. And a big thank you to the Indian Army for all the permissions and all the necessary documentation or whatever we needed to reach such a site.
Some paths test you, some paths bless you, and some remind you to be grateful.
I think driving an EV in these areas is quite an experience. Every time you pass by, you get a look.
We actually saw one guy on a bike. He stops by and he starts recording on his phone.
Car has always had fantastic torque. That was apparent right from the day one. And in the mountains, that makes it a breeze. Really all the hairpin bends, it just takes it easily. There's no struggle at all.
Sometimes roll down the windows. All you hear is the nature, the sound of the river, gushing by, the sound of the crickets. So you are absolutely engulfed by nature. So that is the beauty of driving a noiseless Mahindra EV.
EV overtakes very quickly because it's power and torque. The way it pulls up gradients, which is again very well done.
We never felt a lack of power at any stage, any place. Also, the ride was fairly comfortable.
I sit here in front of Om Parvat at an altitude of 14,700 feet. And then it was a sudden realization that I was the first woman to drive an EV all the way up to Adi Kailash. What a drive it was.
It's been a phenomenal experience.
This machine is absolutely silent. It was one of the most pleasing experiences.
Certainly, I think people will be coming up in EVs all the way high up here.
It's fairly safe to say that electric is the future.
In the silence of these mountains, power found a new meaning, and so did we.